to share with you the new annual catalog that just went live today. It's super exciting. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. Once you're in here, please say hello and let me know if you have had a chance to look at this beautiful new catalog. We're going to wait just a minute or two, and then I'll start with all my housekeeping items. I have my laptop off to the right here, maybe your left, just so I can see if there's any comments. Coming to you from Sarasota, Florida today, and I'm super excited to share this with you. All right. I announced this a little bit last minute, so I'm not surprised if people are just going to kind of trickle in. We'll see how this works out. Kind of experimenting with times too. All right, so please say hello if you're here. And we are going to get started now. Okay, just wanted to let you know a couple housekeeping items, then I'm going to turn the camera down and we are going to whip through the catalog. I'm going to concentrate on the new items. It's pretty clear what's new and what's returning. And I also will share a little bit about what's carrying over from the current mini catalog. You can order from the current mini catalog and the new catalog right now. There are some duplicate items, and once we open the catalog and get to the first one, hey, from Oregon, hi, Jan. Once we get to the first item like that, I'll share with you how Stampin' Up is looking at those item numbers, excuse me. I want to give a big shout out to everyone that participated in my paper share and my In Color Club. The response was phenomenal this year. I really appreciate it, and I have already put the orders in this morning, so Utah is busy packing everything up for you and sending it my way. I will get those products out to you as soon as I can. So thank you very much. I wanted to also let you know that in the middle of the month, I'm going to host a free online class, and it's going to be based on the tea bundle. I have a few samples to share once we turn the camera down. And I know this has been really popular during the pre-order portion for demonstrators, and I know that a lot of you have talked about getting this bundle once you guys can order. So I hope that this class will show you some fun and unique ways to use this bundle. If you want information about that right away, make sure that you like me on Instagram at Inkstamp and Scrap, and that you're following me on Facebook on my Facebook page, Inkstamp and Scrap. All right, let's turn this let's turn the camera around so you can view the book with me. If you have any problems with dizziness when the camera turns, just look away for a second and I'll tell you when it's all set up. All right. Zoom in just a little bit. Can move these out of the way. All right, I have my coffee still there because that's pretty important. I'm going to open the first page because I'm standing up looking to make sure that this is totally in frame. Seems like it is. I'm going to okay. Oops. All right. So it looks like you can see it there and my coffee cup, but that's okay. All right, here we go. So if you're coming in, please say hello. I'll look over to the right every once in a while and see the comments, but I'm just gonna start paging through this catalog. It's absolutely gorgeous. The inside page features the Happiness Hues suite, and this is one that I've already purchased, and I have so many ideas to share with you. I have a couple of things to show you off to the side when we get to the page that's on display. If you're not familiar with Stampin' Up, they are owned by the Gardner family, and this is always their family page where they share what's been going on, and then you have the table of contents. This shares with you some of the hallmarks of Stampin' Up, some of the things that make us a little bit different. We are a multi-level marketing company, which means that you can join for a wholesale discount if you have any interest in doing that. There's actually a promotion going on that started today, and it goes to the end of the month. It gives you an opportunity to get the in colors in addition to, or some in color products, in addition to your starter kit. So please leave a comment or shoot me an email if you are interested in that. But one of the most unique things about Stampin' Up is that everything is dyed to match. So if the color is called Sweet Sorbet, you are going to have products in Sweet Sorbet and everything coordinates and matches. Mm, sorry, just a little parched today. Um, and that is definitely one of the biggest hallmarks of Stampin' Up. This just gives you a nice display of all our bright and beautiful colors, although we do also have subtle ones and Regal's more rich ones. We have our own die cutting machine. We have kits to put together and also a la carte items. So we kind of are a one-stop shop for all of your paper crafting needs. All right. So Tea Boutique, this is what the first online class is going to be based on. I'm not doing any of these projects, although they're beautiful. I fell in love with these two stamps, and then the rest of it just kind of came into place with me. I have talked about this suite before, so I'm not going to labor on about it. It is the paper for it is one of the best to get if you're looking to showcase the new colors, the new in colors, because all 5 of them are in the paper: Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet, Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Night, and Orchid Oasis. So that's really wonderful. These are 2 of the samples that I have created so far using this suite. This one is with a pop of red, but basically just all neutral, and it showcases that really cool die that they have in addition to all these beautiful stamps. And you can see the dies down here, they're kind of tiny, but they're bigger in the back of the catalog. And then this one more showcases the stamps. I use the time worn embossing folder and a square of the designer series paper to put this all together. If you ordered a catalog from me, this is the thank you card that you got inside that you can use to send to somebody else. All right, turning the page. Turning a single page. All right, this one has been really popular too. I'm sure you've seen some samples on the internet. This is one we've been able to play with for a while, and I really like the Sending Smiles. I think it's a great option if you're a like mass producer of cards and you love the floral look. That's a great option for you. Pansy Patch is a returner, so we're just going to keep going. Bottled Happiness, and again, another one. There's been a lot of flurry on the internet. This was available to us during pre-order. So you've seen lots of samples. There's even little bottles that you can get. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do with this, which is really fun. And you have your bottle punch with that. It's not a die set, it's a punch set. Celebrating You is a returner. Now we get to my first tab. My first tab indicates one of my favorite 5 items in the catalog. I turned the page and was just like, yes, thank you very much. I am all about simple stamping, and this stamp set is perfect for that because the greetings are so large. They take up so much real estate on the card that you really can just very simply stamp that. You don't have to add a ton of stuff, and you've got a great card that you can send off to somebody. So I do love this one. I'm also in love with Swedish Cherries. It didn't make the top 5, but if I had a top 10, it would definitely be in there. And this is going to be one of the bundles that we work with in a future class. That's for sure. All right, these are returnings. Breaking news, this is kind of interesting. It's a newspaper, and then you put the headlines. So you've got congratulations and birthday sort of greetings that you can add, and you've got your champagne glasses and a diploma as well as some cake. So that could spread across lots and lots of occasions to send cards. This is a returner, as is this. This is probably a good point. Okay, I'm going to stop here because this is in the current mini catalog. I'm going to grab that and show you what I'm explaining to you now. Okay, so, oh, sorry, grabbed the wrong one. They put flowers on the back of both of them. It makes it hard to tell which is which of last year's and this year's. All right, so let's find this bundle in the where is it in this one? Ocean, wait, it's called Paradise Paw, and they put these in alphabetical order this time. Page 25, so we could find things quickly. All right, so if you go to page 25 in the mini catalog, you will see that this is bundled. And if you look in the new catalog that started today, it's not. So what happens is This is the one, this item number still exists. So if you order the stamps, you just get the stamps. If you order the dies, you just get the dies. This bundle item number, which puts these two together and gives you a 10% discount, exists through the end of June. So if the bundle is in the mini catalog, it still exists. It might not be in the big catalog, but you can still order things as a bundle until the end of June. So I just wanted to point that out because I had some confusion about that with some people that called in some pre-orders. All right. Lovely in Linen is just that. It's beautiful papers. They've got this great new embossing folder, a really cool punch that's this shape that all your greetings fit in. I like this one. It's a little different because it's not a consistent font throughout. There's 3 different fonts, or actually 4 or 5 new fonts. But anyway, so that's a little different, but it gives it a more of an eclectic feel, and it can stretch your stamps a little farther because I do think the font really changes the attitude of the card. And you can see that even though these are all using one stamp set, they look very, very different. And the paper is really pretty too. I actually think it's a little brighter when you see it because it's got that sweet sorbet and the evergreen and the night of navy. And those are kind of, those colors have a lot of vibrance to them, even though these are on the darker end of the scale. This looks a little more washed out than the paper looks in real life. All right. This one, I was like, wow, that is really cool. I really liked this idea. They took the exact same greetings and they gave them to you in one stamp set in multiple fonts. So if you're somebody that needs to build up your greetings, I would definitely put a little sticky tab next to go to greetings because it is definitely one to keep an eye on. Flowering Tulips is returning, but take a look at this mini pocket envelope die. It's in my top 10, not my top 5, but I love this. And you know how I love doing things with gift cards. And look at that. It's a little gift card inside there, which means it's sized just perfect for that. So I can definitely see that in our future. All right. Oh, I missed a page. Amazing Year. I did like this one. This is it's $22 and covers. It's a beautiful birthday set for every female in your life. You could even just use the greetings and take care of sending cards to the males in your life as well. And I love this font. So, and a lot of different options here. I really love that, how they did the package just like that. All right, these two are returning, so we're going to move on. But this does showcase the Garden Grandeur, which is one of the hostess sets that you can get. The reason they're showcasing it here is it's kind of similar art to this, but you could get this for free if you hosted a party or put an order in for over $150. All right. Hello Ladybug is in the same camp as the Paradise one was that I just showed you. This is a bundle in the current mini catalog. I'm not going to remember to highlight all of them. I don't have all the bundles memorized, but I knew these two were towards the front. Again, you can still order this stamp set with the punch as a bundle until the end of June when the mini catalog ends. Then they are separate purchases. Sweet Songbird is adorable. I think it's so cute. I love that it's a punch because it just makes it easier to use it. I love that it's got the mirrored images. I think that will make for a lot of fun, like little talking birds. They have them kind of facing each other here, but I could definitely see some talking going on as well. And I like the font is kind of a handwritten sort of look to it, but very whimsical. All right, these ones, this is a returning page, Framed Occasions, highlights the die set that was introduced in the mini catalog. I think it's several shapes or something like that. This Twigs and Sprigs here, remember that one. Look at it's one die that cuts all these shapes out. There's something special about that die that I'm going to show you in a little bit. A Little Cheesy is great if you are somebody who hosts a lot of parties and stuff. I can see you sending these as little notes to your friends and having a lot of fun with it, or you're just a foodie. This is a great stamp set for you. Sunflowers is returning. Cheerful Basket is again on my list, not in the top 5, but definitely top 10. There's so many uses for this. Of course, I really gravitated towards this one, but I like the hearts for all sorts of occasions as well. And that cat is just too cute. All right, this one definitely top 5 for me. And you'll notice the flag is on this page because I think the whole suite deserves top 5. First of all, the suite is fairly reasonably priced at just $67.50. And the colors are amazing. You've got two of the new ink colors here, along with fresh freesia from the previous stack of new ink colors. I love how these are all two-step stamps, but they all have dies that go with them. The font is different. It's bold, it's thick. We don't see that very much. And I just think this is going to be a super fun stamp set and die set to play around with. I'm looking over, and I think I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more for you guys because I feel like you're a little far away. And I'm going to try, let's see. Yeah, I think that's still going to work out okay. All right. So let me see as the camera adjusts because I'm looking at you guys live and it's a little delayed. I want to see how that worked out. Okay. Yep. You're good. You can see the whole page still. Okay. So moving on. Okay. This is another one. I'm probably going to go beyond 10, but I know I have my top 5 labeled. I love this. This is ingenious. This is one of our $1 million achievers. When you achieve $1 million in sales, you get to design a bundle for yourself. I love that she did all sorts of different fonts. She did all sorts of greetings that you want to put in a card, but you have to write yourself because they generally aren't there exactly the way that these are said. So you can cut them all out. But this die set, when we get to look in more detail, it has stars and hearts and flowers, and it has candles. It has a lot of stuff in it on top of, what is it, 17 greetings. So there's a lot here. This even more than the previous one I mentioned. If you are needing to up your greeting game, this is it. So be sure to take a look at page 38. All right, this one is Returning Art Gallery. That was new last year. This is returning as well. These two are new. Not something that I'm necessarily going to gravitate to. They're cute. I look for a little bit more. I like when they're a bundle or they're just a greeting set, but I do love the artwork. I think the 1950s style bathing suits is really fun and something that we haven't seen in quite some time. Now we're into a preview of Christmas, and I'm going to take a quick time out here just to remind you how the schedule is going to work for Stampin' Up. Actually, I'm going to grab a piece of paper and I'm going to write it for you because I just think that might be a little bit easier to understand. All right, so we are at May, and you get the new annual catalog. Then in June, you guys just enjoy the annual catalog. And in July, we get the, let me make sure. Now I feel like I'm going to mess it up. Hold on one second. Oh, it's not here. All right. I'm not going to quote this. You know what? I'm going to do this at the end when I'll grab my due date. Okay. Never mind. Anyway, this is the Christmas section, but the Christmas and holiday catalog starts towards the later part of the summer. So just remember that if you're somebody who wants to jump on your Christmas cards already, great, you have ideas here. But if you want more options, the holiday mini will be out earlier this year than it was last year. I hope that made sense. I just stopped myself. I feel like it starts in July, but then I kind of feel like it starts in August. So I just want to make sure. Let me see here. And this is the new one. So we have Trimming the Tree. And we have these cute little dots over here. Those are new as well. And then we have this Cracker Treat die box, which stands on its own, and it's also new. These are returning. And then that's it for the holidays because there's going to be so much more later in the summer. All right, for those of you that love our forest friends, Happier Than Happy is for you. And it even has designer series paper. These kind of stamp sets don't always have designer series paper. And you have some complimentary ribbon as well. This is our nod to babies right now. So I'm really hoping that the next catalog has a little bit more baby stuff, or maybe we're going to have to wait until January. I'm not sure. But right now, this is kind of it as far as like true baby kind of stamps. There is a greeting set that makes a nod to a new little one in your house and things like that. But the Elephant Paradise bundle is really where the baby world is at in the catalog right now. There's a lot of kids stuff going on. We have the squirrels returning. We have these cute guys coming in, and then we have the a grand kid greetings returning. This is the stamps that I was talking about, One Happy Family, where you do have greetings like this is baby Gaga Goo Goo. This is baby talk for thank you, pregnancy, sweet little baby, One Happy Family. So there's a lot of birth kind of things you can send here. This is adorable for your kids to have to stamp and send to their friends. And then for those of you that like the sea creature theme, you have the whale done. Peekaboo Farm is returning. So is Party Puffins. And in similar art fashion is this cute sit, stay, and relax stamp set. This is a host set, so you can earn this when you spend $150 or more. And then we did bring back the pigs. Everybody seemed to miss the pigs, so they are back. The last time it was called Little Piggy. This is this birthday piggy. It's basically the same pig. He's just doing all sorts of birthday stuff this time. All right, Abigail Rose is a beautiful, ornate, old-fashioned kind of stamp set. One of the things that I really loved was this little sample here. It's got a thicker ribbon tied to all of the to the theme of the artwork, and you can see here they stamped on that ribbon. They're showing you here and added that to the card. They also used either the edge of a stamp pad or a marker and added another color, a greener color to the edge of this ribbon here. So I think that's really wonderful about this catalog to give you ideas on how you can expand your use of the products. You can see that all of these images have dies that will cut them, and then you also have other dies that you can just add to your projects. These are both returning stamp sets. So we're going to flip this. The big hooray. I really liked this one too. I just felt like the one that I pointed out earlier was more my style. But again, I love the fact that they're giving us stamp sets that are big and huge and easy to create quick cards when you need them, because you know that birthday just kind of sneaks up on you at the last second. Count Me In is again another kid kind of stamp set. So is Happy Hedgehogs, that is returning. We do have Reason to Smile, yet another large stamp set. We're in the love, thanks, and support section. So you're going to have a lot of greeting stamp sets here. These two are returning stamp sets. And then we get to Stepping Stones, which is a greeting set, but it's quotes. So if you ever are reaching for stretching for a quote to inspire somebody or pick them up a little bit, this is a great stamp set to have. And then Stronger Together is just basically girl power right here, just sums it up. All of these have that sort of theme to them. Fresh Cut Flowers, I love this one for all the coloring that you can do. You also have a solid stamp just to give you some shadowing and some other effects on a card. You'll notice this die here is shown to make a great background. That is a standalone die. That's one thing that's very different about this catalog. When we get to the dies, there's a lot of dies in the back that aren't part of bundles, that don't have stamp sets that go with them, which is fine with me because you can always add, it's always nice to be able to add dies. Now, one die in particular, you can see down here, this is a background. It makes this right here. You can also cut it down and just use the X's like they did there. You can cut it down even smaller on this card. They show that there. But that is an addition to the dies that cut all of these different beautiful stamps out. And then you have some greenery as well. These are both, this whole 2-page spread is all returners. Again, for those of you that like fish, you have a fish and a wish, and it's kind of a watercolor, distinctive looking stamp set. It has a matching fish punch. We haven't had a lot of olives in the past, I'll have to say. I do love the greetings. I'm not sure about the olives. So this one is kind of a question mark for me right now. Again, a nod to the religious stamp sets. We usually have a new one every year, and Hope and Prayer is that one for us this time. This was introduced in the spring catalog. Forever Fern returns, and so does Flowering of Friendship. So we'll move on. These guys are all returners as well. Speedy Recovery. This, I think, is like the stepchild of the tea suite that we saw in the very beginning. I love the tissue box, and I like the tea mug. It's almost more, the teacup is almost more of a mug. You could get away with saying it's for coffee. You've got the plants and the flowers, and you've got a spoonful of, we'll just call that sugar, to help your medicine go down. Again, a really cute stamp set, a much different price point than the teacup one, and definitely different artwork too. So a runner up to that if that didn't quite strike you. We have a whole suite for the guys in your life, and we're already jumping ahead. We're ready for Father's Day or jumping ahead for next year, depending on how you look at it. The die set has a lot of extra like banners and flags, and it has a couple of diamond sort of backgrounds that you can add to your cards. Not sure that they showcase the diamonds. They did not, but they do look really cool when you see the dies. Let It Sail is back, and these are all returners. Tech support. I thought this was kind of cute. If you're a nerd like me, I actually loved every single stamp and got a chuckle out of them. If you're not completely nerded out, you might not, but I definitely had a good time with this one. And once again, we have we'll call it the alcohol stamp set, all the different ways that you can contain your alcohol in all these different glasses that have matching dies, along with this time stamps to fill them up with whatever color of drink you would like to add. And not only that, but the cups, the die sets will also set into your cups. So you can see here, you can make your foam coming off of your beer if you'd like to. For the boater in your family, we have a kayak and a basic boat. Another great guy card guy stamp set to have. And Better Days is, I love the fonts. I love this. It looks like torn paper. You could do a lot of different things with this. I think this has a lot more options than at first glance you might think about. We can always use a solid circle. So many things that you can do with that stamp set. We added a koala bear, a panda, and a raccoon. If those animals are to your liking, you've got great sketches of those. And then the Vintage Tools is a really nice guy stamp set as well. I think Stampin' Up! Got the memo that we needed a little more in terms of things to do with our masculine cards. And this catalog does not fail in that way. Heron Habit. I like this because we have a lot of herons down here. That guy is adorable, and we see him on the beach all the time. I like the greetings. The font is different. We don't see this font very often, and I'm happy to see that it's a bundle so that you can take advantage of that discount. This one, not exactly my style, but I do think it could lend itself to a lot of all occasion cards. Sunprints was a suite that we were eligible to get during pre-order, so I'm sure you can see lots of samples of this. I think it's varied in what you can do with it, and I love seeing samples where I just think blue because that's what the basis of this paper is, but there's so much more that you can do with it. I will say this fern folder that is kind of tucked in the corner here did make my top 5, and you will see that later on. Wisteria Wishes, again, a nice stamp set, not in my top 5 or 10, but you can only fit so many in. Let's see what we have here. Waterfall Canyon. This was interesting. This is like a building sort of stamp set. And I think if memory serves me correct, they're trying to show you that these images are on one side and the other of the stamp. So they designed the stamp so that This can be like the solid background, and this can be the detail, but it's one stamp. So it's one clear stamp where it's either side is a mirror image of the other so that you can do the background using that one stamp. And Mountain Air is exactly the same way. So it's an interesting concept. Jar of Flowers, the jar is that way. So these are all double take stamps. That's what we're calling them. This is a returning page. And this one I wanted to talk to you about. Season of Chic. If you are somebody that likes to get like one bundle a year, you pick out one big thing out of the catalog. This one definitely stuck out in my mind because the greetings are super varied. I mean, all the way from, your wishing you the best birthday, thanks and thinking of you, which are the basic ones. But then you got I'm here for you, and you make each season of life even more beautiful. You could do that for a Christmassy kind of thing, which you've got going here. You've got your florals, your seashells, and your leaves. And then, of course, you can never go wrong with a great swish like that. And you also have a lot of detail in your dies. So if you bundle it up, you're going to have a lot of things that you can do as far as card making goes. The lighthouse point replaced the last lighthouse. It's a little more basic than the last one and not so photorealistic, a little more basic in the way that it is, but I really like it. And Waves of Inspiration, although new, was available since April. So I'm sure some of you have already seen that and taken advantage of it. Pretty Birds is adorable. It's actually triple layer stamps to build your birds. So your birds are going to have quite a bit of detail when you get done with them. And you have a fun birdhouse to put them in, or bird cage to hang them from. I am just going to take a quick sip of coffee here. All right. Then we have, these are all returning stamps, but they do showcase some newer items. Hues of Happiness. This was one that we were able to get during pre-order, and I do have some samples that I want to share with you. This is one I will explain how all of this went together in an upcoming video, but that's one that I made with the paper. And then I made another one with using blending brushes to fill in the flowers after I stamped them in black. And then I also, nope, that's it. That's the two I did with the Hues of Happiness. But there are a lot more things that you can do with this. Obviously, you can color with every medium that you have, and all of the flowers die cut. The paper also has matching images, so you can die cut those. And that's why, like in this one right here, you can see how this flower looks so similar to this one because it's just the paper image of it, and then I just die cut it out. So there you go. I like the handwritten font in this one. We don't get this one very often, and it covers all the sorts of occasions that you would want to send to friends and family. So it really is a multi-purpose suite. It works great. I love the adhesive dots that it comes with as its embellishment, and that it has designer series paper. So there's a lot you can do with that one. Willow Tree, our tree sets are famous and I love using them. I love that you can die cut the leaves now for this stacked look, which is really fun. Hydrangea is a returner. Places in the Heart is a complimentary one to In the Moment, which started in the last catalog and is carrying on. This is more for the moms in your life. I know we're going to celebrate them in just a few days, but you can always send a mom a card. She will appreciate it. Graceful Tiles, excuse me. Not my style, but again, a nice stamp set, just not one that made my top list. Hello Beautiful is returning from the mini catalog, uniquely artistic, kind of reminds me of artistic frames or art frames. Anyway, just the way the art is in that one. And then this is the lone alphabet set that we have this year, but we also have a punch that will punch every single alphabet out, and you can also stamp the interior of the punch in these designs. So you have stamps that go with the punch, and they fit around all the alphabets. These alphabets are shown at 50%. This is the real size of the A right there. So there's a lot you can do with it. It's a very, it's a basic serif font, so it'll go with a lot of things. Okay, I think they hit it out of the park on some of the new background stamps. I love this one. Look at that sample. That's so cool. And you'll find other samples throughout the catalog that use that stamp. And I just think it's brilliant. But this one for me was a neck ahead, tropical hideaway. I think it's because of where we're living now. But this definitely made the list and will start showing up in samples in no time. All right. Heavenly Hollyhocks, again, not exactly my style, but if it is yours, it's a great value, and it has these beautiful dies that are all ready to add as layers to your card, which I always love. One of our angel stamps, because it does have the Stampin' Up corporate symbol here. This is a stamp set, but if you just use this single stamp anywhere on a project that you are selling, that does meet the requirements of our angel program. And now we get into the it's not a stamp section. All right, the colors this year. These right here are our brand new in colors, and I absolutely love them. I really liked these, but I am completely in love with these and will have a blast with them for 2 years. I'm super happy that they're going to be around that long. I'm exceptionally happy that they have blends for all of them. We have markers. We have even more than we usually do. We have cardstock, pads, refills, and blends. We also have markers, and you'll see even more. The storage items have returned as we go through. When you get to the assortment page, this is where you can see we have the in colors here, so you can get assortment packs in 8.5 by 11 as well as 12 by 12. You can get all the pads for $36, which gives you a discount on the pads. And then the markers, again, are holding at $15 for the set of 5 and $30 for the set of 10. No other new items here except for just the fact that there's in colors. There are some new masks here, new patterns for us to try out this year. Nothing new in these. Let me make sure I don't miss a page. All right, this shows you that Cracker Barrel, the barrel, Crackle Barrel die again in a lot of different samples. So this die will work great with our designer series papers as well as our cardstocks. And this kind of flips you through what I just ordered to send for the paper share. But this is the Hostess set of paper this year. It has Blackberry Bliss, Daffodil Delight, Mint Macaron, Old Olive, Petal Pink, and Pool Party in it. And there are ribbons in just about every single one of those colors. So it makes it really easy to coordinate ribbons with this paper and make some beautiful cards. And the designs just are very generic to go with just about everything. We once again brought back our Memories and More products, and they highlight suites that exist in the catalog. There is a set of memory cards and envelopes that actually are a nod to the new in colors, and we brought back our craft cards and envelopes, and those are not A2 size. They are 5 by 3.5, just so you recognize that. But we do have our clear envelopes, our white envelopes, and our vanilla envelopes, just like always. The in colors, again, not only do they come in designer series paper like they always do, but this year they also come in glimmer paper. We have 2 different kinds of printed vellum. This printed vellum is 3 3/4 by 5, which is a little different size. It fits nicely on an A2 size card. And then the vellum is returning from the mini catalog, but this means it'll be here for the whole year. Yeah, Jan is commenting that she loves the in colors too. I could not agree more. I'm super excited about them. Again, with the in colors, we have these great matte dots. We fell in love with the black matte dots when they first dropped, and now we have a number of different matte dot products. There are a lot of new embellishments. Here's those bottles I referred to that you can make shaker cards out of that bottle bundle from the beginning of the catalog. These are not matte dots. They kind of look like it, but they're actually faceted gems, so they're going to have a lot of edges to them. So just be aware. The picture, I think, is a little deceiving, but the basic matte dots are back. So are the black ones. We even have some rustic metal dots that they're not super shiny. I've seen them. They're not really, really shiny. The returning brushed metallic dots are definitely a lot shinier than those. A lot of the other embellishments are returning, but I do love to see that we have more embellishments this year. The ribbon section did take a little bit of a hit. A lot of returning items. You do have a new petal pink. And then because I was super excited about this, you know that I use Baker's Twine on a lot of my projects, and the in colors are coming in twisted Baker's Twine. You buy the whole pack, just like the essentials pack down here. You get all 5 colors with one item purchase. We do have the metallic edge ribbon returning. This time it's vanilla edged with silver. It's a little different combination than we've had before. And then here's that natural finish wide 7/8 inch ribbon that I showed you stamped on and drawn on. So a lot that you can do with it. The only other thing I wanted to point out in this section that we have added masking paper. I haven't gotten a chance to try it yet, but I will definitely review it once I get my hands on it. And then we're into our punches. We have several punches. We have 7 that are in bundles. We have the returning, these 2 pick a punch where you can do 6 different sizes out of one punch. All of these are returning except for this one. This is the decorative circle. I think this has a lot of potential for doing all sorts of fun stuff. It's good size, so it's going to fit over many of your greetings, which is going to be wonderful. And then these guys are all returning. Our tools have not changed since the last catalog, nor have our die cut machines, but the die section is quite different. So now you get a better picture at the dies. This is one I wanted to point out. So this is the one where you can cut out all the phrases, but you also have all these additions. You have banners and you have like you can make notebook paper out of things. You've got stars, you've got flowers and hearts and candles, all sorts of things that you can add to just make this, the greetings even cuter. There's the Build a Butterfly dies, which go with that cute butterfly set that I showed you at the beginning of the catalog. That was definitely in my top 5. Here's the basket. I mean, all of them are highlighted. If you're having trouble kind of deciphering what the dies are like up front with the stamp set, come on back to the 160s and take a look. I think you can get a much better picture at the dies, and you will see that these bundles are aplenty. And this year they are in alphabetical order, so it makes it a little easier to find them. And then this section is just the standalone dies that are not bundled. So for example, this one right now in the mini, it uses the mini, I saw that mini machine, but in the current mini catalog, it is bundled with a amazing silhouette stamp set, and you can still get that bundle until the end of June. So remember, if it's bundled in the mini catalog, those bundles still hold until June. Cracker and Treat Box. I knew I was stumbling over that. Okay, Cracker and Treat Box. This is one of my top faves. I love the brushed shapes. Again, these are not attached to stamp sets. They are standalone. Where's my little, I haven't seen it yet. Okay, and the other, in my top 3 is, there it is, the mini pocket envelope. It is size 2 3/8 by 4, so it is perfect to make pockets to add to your cards for gift cards, and also just as a decorated standalone gift card holder. Very, very cool. There was one more, Stylish Shapes. This one I got during the pre-order, and I am having a blast with it. They're all pierced shapes, and they're super fun to work with. They nest really well. In fact, let me show you how well they nest. I made this card using in colors and all the nested circles, and I had a really fun time putting it together. So this is something that you can do with those stylish shapes, because the circles and the squares are all nested. And just to show you the last one, here is a sample using the new in color glimmer paper. I think you can see the shimmer a little bit when I do that. I used the You Are Amazing from the Silhouette dies, which is back here. Where is it? There we go. From these, I just layered them and then used the foam sheets to stand them up a little bit more. I used the hexagon dies that came out in the last catalog, and again, just did those all nested together to showcase more of the in colors. All right. And where were we? Oh, Fabulous Frames is another one, standalone. It coordinates with the Good Feeling stamp set, but a good one to grab to showcase your stamps quickly and easily on a project. The last thing I want to point out to you, and I have one more flag here, is the Twigs and Sprigs embossing folder and die. So it's a single item. It's $35. You get that one die that cuts all of these out with one slide through your die cutting machine, and it's got a coordinating envelope that will give your cardstock a 3D impression of matching ferns and flowers, and you can layer those two together. Let me see, page 33. I wonder if that gives you a better image than the one maybe I pointed out, or is that where I saw it? Yeah, it's kind of hard to see here. When I get it, I will definitely show you. I mean, you can see a little bit more here. So this is like the die cut and then it's been embossed. So you can do both. Um, I I would think that you die cut first and then emboss, but I will have to play with it and let you know. But that's the intent with that one, is to be able to do both. My last top 5 in no particular order, I told you already, is the Fern 3D folder, but I do have to say a close second was this Cascading Ruffles. We used to had tufted that I loved, and I feel like this is kind of a nod back to that. The other ones that are new are the Elegant Eucalyptus Quatrefoil and Painted Posies, and I think all of them are fantastic. You also have a Let's Celebrate down here in its birthday and congratulations in a bunch of different languages, and those are both the mini folders. Then we get to the host section. The benefits have not changed. Everything is the same. You have 3 stamp sets in the annual catalog to choose from, as well as that paper, or you can just slide items over to your free Stampin' Rewards and get them at a discount. And then you have the beautiful show off of the starter kit, which remember during May, they have bonus in color items going in. And then last but not least, the index that'll help you out finding everything. And that brings us to the end. So thank you so much for being here with me today. If you are on the replay, please give this card, my goodness, I am getting tired. Give this video a thumbs up, and by all means, click that subscribe if you are not only already subscribed. Make sure you click that notification bell so you know when I post my new videos. And for Tea Replay, please leave me a comment and let me know what one of your top 5 is and what you're looking forward to purchasing in this upcoming catalog. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.